What's good, fam? It's your boy, Jorge. Welcome to another episode of the Boys Podcast. I got my mic. I got my boy in here with me.
With the new mic.
Yeah.
A bunch of mics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got Mike in the studio.
What's good, fam?
Not too much.
Not much?
Not
Chilling?
much. Just, relaxing.
Yeah. Maxing and relaxing?
Maxing, relaxing.
Dude, not me. I've been on a heater this week.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were taking it easy.
I thought I was too, but then I kind of thought that's stupid that Jersey Tony's coming in and I would go into it raw dog, basically. I'm like, dude, I got to have some kind of base.
Yeah, you got to have preparation for the fight.
Preparation for the fight, and golf season kind of started to come around a little bit with the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, it's so weird. I cannot golf without just having a beer. I get so excited. Like, it's like my happy place. So I had beers, and then I had beers yesterday, and then I almost died last night. 100% almost died.
Damn, that's not good.
I know. Like, we almost had just one host on this podcast.
Damn.
Dude, so I had like a quarter tank in my water bottle, and I woke up at like 3. Dude, just parched. I'm like, oh, God. So I go to chug it, but I caught like the air bubble in it.
Yeah.
And it hit me in the chest. Felt like I had a heart attack for like 30 seconds.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know if I was going to pull out of it. But here we are. And while we're on the subject of drinking.
I mean, we would be mad if we didn't.
Brought to you by Goyaki Yerba Mate.
Yep.
$3.49 we paid for these.
Yeah, we actually paid for these.
Damn it.
Unlike a few years ago.
Yeah. So I don't even know why we just gave a plug. Let me have one more.
Dude, a berry? I haven't had it. Oh my God, that tastes like a Capri Sun.
I got a berry not too long ago on a road trip, and it was delicious.
So good.
Yeah,
So
so that's been the week. Beers, almost had a heart attack. Eyes feel bloodshot. You started setting the light up on them, dude. It's just, they're red. It's all right, though.
We had to put our cat down yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Damn it. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
My news
It's
sounds
not
better.
funny, but yeah.
Yeah, why are you laughing, dude? Poor kitty.
Just your reaction was kind of funny.
Well, dude, I'm talking about being hammered. And you're like, yeah, well, so we put our cat down.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, life's weird, man.
Dude, yeah, so we had to put our male cat down
Yeah.
last year, and now the female, and that's been, like 16, 17 years with those animals?
Yeah.
So now it's
So
no
weird,
animals.
huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but
That's like our family's always tried to keep like 2 dogs just because when you lose one, you still got one. But even just losing one of the dogs is always so weird.
Yeah.
You know, like it feels like there's emptiness there. Like you said, after decades of being with them,
Yeah,
you know, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's actually get into it. We got, I think, quite a bit to talk about. But let's get into this Monster Energy Supercross race this past weekend.
Yeah. Heartbreaking.
Yeah. Two things I want to talk about. First thing I want to talk about was the whole lights class. Haiden Deegan battling with his teammate in a semi.
Heat race.
Or the heat race.
Yeah.
So not even the actual main event, 4 points or anything like that. So I just wanted to hear your opinion on it. So for those of you that don't know what happened is basically the heat race is the race that, you know, you want to do good in.
Qualifies you to the main. Yeah.
Qualifies you to the main. Top 10 make it, right?
9.
Top 9 make it. And then after that, you know, if you didn't make it, you go to LCQ and top 4, I think, make it from there to the main event. So you definitely want to do good in this race because not only do you qualify for the main event, but also you get a gate pick.
Good gate pick. Yeah.
Based on how you ended in that race. So that's where in a lot of these races, it's kind of the start is what makes or breaks you. So if you have a really good start, you're probably going to do really good open track and everything. So, you know, it matters.
Yeah. 100%.
So during that heat, I believe Haiden was in first.
Yeah. And Jordan Smith was coming up on him.
Yeah, coming up on him, which is his teammate. And dude, just kind of blitzed by him through the whoops. And then Haiden wasn't having it.
Yeah. Yeah. Started kind of like getting into the brake check stuff. And, you know, I don't necessarily see a problem with it in a sense. Yeah, it's his teammate. You shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't really race like that anyways, I think.
Yeah.
But Hayden's young. He's going for it. He doesn't probably have like that track common sense just yet. You know, like it's hard when you're young. Like he's just out there. He's doing whatever he can to keep Jordan behind him, you know, but cutting, like kind of squaring up on him, I believe, and then cutting over on him. And I put the fault on Jordan Smith. Like Haiden was in the wrong. But Jordan like saw Haiden cutting over and still kind of tried to like run it up in there on him and ends up crashing.
Yeah.
Like you've got to have track awareness. We've talked about that with a ton of riders.
And he's a veteran.
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
Like he knows better than that. It's like, yeah, but when he probably started brake checking him, it probably got Jordan's like temper fired up a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it is annoying when people do that.
He's like, man, this little shit.
Oh shit, get the hell out of the way. But like I said, Haiden, I don't like what he did, but he's racing to win. It is his teammate. And then like I said, I think Jordan should have let off, because it's something it's a heat race, dude. Get yourself in the main. You're probably going to get a better start than him in the main. You'll probably be on the podium. It's like, just let the heat race go. Right.
Yeah.
And then he ends up crashing 2 or 3 more times and then crashes in the LCQ and doesn't even make the main.
Yeah.
So that whole situation kind of cost him. And, the thing that kind of tripped me out was Haiden on the podium in the main event. They asked him about it and he's like, that's like Rubbin's racing. And I'm like, you better be careful, dude, because you don't want that kind of reputation because, dudes just start plowing through you like with no care. Cause it's like, you want to be respectful. Like, when Barsha's around you, Barsha's probably going to run it in on you a little bit and you kind of got to watch your back. And it's like, so if I was Barsha, I would be nervous all the time. I guess he's not, but you have a target on your back.
Yeah.
And it's like when Haiden said that, Rubbin's racing and like he kind of promoted like everything he did was fine, which nothing was illegal. He didn't get fined, no points, nothing, so it wasn't dirty moves, but it's just like, you don't really want to have that target on your back coming out,
Well, especially if he starts going up against a Nate Thrasher, which is clearly faster than he is. That's probably not when you want to do that.
Right. Yeah. And
or have that reputation.
Or get up into the 450s and then you got all the big dogs doing that stuff to you. And they're not going to play around with getting brake checked and whatnot. They'll just go right through you. So, I'm sure it was a learning lesson. Every race that Haiden does this year is going to be some kind of a learning factor, you know, and I just hope that that's not a habit he gets into. I hope that because he's fast as hell. And obviously Jordan was faster in that heat race. It's like, you don't have to brake check him. If Jordan passes you, learn and study. Yeah. Like you just said, he's a veteran, dude. He's been out there. He can ride the bike, Which kind of brings up like a point, like maybe these guys kind of have it after each other from, just testing or, a practice track. And then also I've heard like, Jordan's taking them high in a couple berms here and there in a few races now. So maybe it's something where they kind of have it out for each other. Right. Yeah, they're cool and stuff, but they have it like they haven't said nothing, but they're just like, all right, if I see you. Yeah. And you got to remember, these are young dudes that are full of testosterone. So it's like you're running one dude up in a berm. Now all of a sudden he's like, what the hell? Kind of like you see red, and they're both, awesome dirt bike riders and they don't need to do that stuff, especially being on a team. We don't know the inside story. Right. They could hate each other in the sim. We don't know, whatever's going on, but I just think Jordan should have had a little more track awareness. And we say this all the time with people like, like a CN Cirillo that's always crashing or something. It's like, dude, you're in third by yourself or Sexton, you're in for like, have awareness, dude. Like these guys just get like tunnel vision, and can't like concentrate on stuff. And it's like, you've got like, maybe that's why I was never good at racing, but I could always tell where someone was at, or if someone's going to cut me off, I'm not going to just run it in on my high side. So you just got to kind of understand that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if I was Haiden, I probably would have just been like, hey, I just saw blue. I thought it was Martin.
Yeah. I would have made a story up. Yeah. I thought it was a lapper trying to pass me.
Just say something like that. But yeah, he kind of came off a little bit cocky, like, hey, man. And I mean, he was right too, because he's saying, I think one of the questions was for non-title and Jordan's battling for the championship or something. And Hayden's like, I think he's in 5th place. And I think Hayden's actually like in 3rd or 4th. So that was kind of a dumb question or a dumb statement when Hayden's also, only because he's a rookie, doesn't mean he's not battling.
They're like writing him off out of the title already. Yeah. Anything could happen. Lights is a crazy class because it is kids that are just going for it. And, one DNF from, the points leader or something, you got a whole different series.
Yeah. So that was pretty wild and exciting. So this weekend, going back to the West Coast, so those guys need to do something exciting. Yeah. But what's your thoughts on the Aaron Plessinger situation?
I was so bummed for him. He's such a great dude, and he's got to be like probably pretty much a fan favorite, like below like a Roxon or something. You know what I mean? Like everyone loves him, and he can win in the 450 class. It's just always kind of, a bad start here and there, or, just didn't have it all together that night. But there's no reason why he shouldn't win a 450 main. So one of my buddies actually came over, stopped by for a bit, and because we were doing something, we didn't have the race on, not live, And he's like, did you hear who won the race? And I'm like, yeah, I haven't yet. Just tell me, because I don't care. I'm not that guy that like wants to watch it and see. And he's like, Sexton won. And I'm like, damn, about time. So they all leave, and at like 8:00, me and Foster, we turn on the Supercross and just watch the rerun. And Plessinger's like out in front, gone. Gets to like 5 minutes, out in front, gone. Gets to like 2 minutes, and I'm like, did he see like the heat race results or something? Like, did he mess it up? And then like the white flag's coming out, and I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like Plessinger's, and then dude, he just yard sales. And Dude, that hurts. Like if it was the middle of the moto, you know, or the beginning, it sucks, but literally led every lap and going for his first, you know, premier class win. And he even said it was just a small little lapse of, you know, concentration and just got him in that rut. And
yeah, he said in that rut, he sat down the entire race. And then that one lap, he stood up.
Yeah. And just caught his feet. And, you know, it's one thing to like wash out and lose the race, but dude, he ate shit. Like he went for a ride.
And then the crazy thing is how he tucked his head.
Yeah.
I think he like forgets how tall he is.
Yeah.
Like his body did not come around. So it was like he could have broke his neck.
I know, dude. It's scary. And you know, that you're inches away from something serious happening. And, you know, in hindsight, like you're saying, talking about life, that's okay. He's going to move on. You know, if like something happened there and really cost him his life, that's a lot bigger than losing a 450 main, you know, but I look at it in two different ways. Is like that does suck. But I also see it as like, man, now he knows. Like, because there was, you know, it wasn't like everyone got a bad start and he hole shot. It was like, dude, he had tons of good guys behind him. Yeah. And he was just ripping. And, you know, Seattle's always a like kind of a technical track depending on the weather and like ruts and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think he won his lights championship. He clinched it at Seattle, like in the motors. So, you know, maybe that'll like spark up some memories and, you know, he can come back and he just needs to redeem himself because he can do it. He's got the speed and the talent.
But speaking of that, I don't know what type of guy he really is. You know, I feel like maybe he is kind of like mental a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I wonder what this does to his mental. You know, we talk about Chase like basically every week, how he crashes and everything. Yeah. But so imagine that you know, you're going and, you know, we've seen the interviews. He's like, you know, holding back tears and stuff. Yeah. So, you know, it was a rough one. So imagine him now being in first. And maybe taking it a little bit easier because he doesn't want to crash. Yeah. So then he kind of lets other guys pass him. Yeah. So I'm just kind of wondering where his mental is going to be.
Yeah, and that's where I think this weekend and moving on is gonna show. It's gonna show us, right? Like if he's up front again, I think he is confident. Because that was a freak deal. It wasn't like it wasn't a total like he just completely blew it like Sexton's done a bunch of times, right? Yeah. It was. I mean, the track was rutted. It was gnarly. That rut was up to the foot pegs, you know, it's like totally understandable. It's not like he just slid out in like a you know, smooth turn or something. But it does, like I've said before, I think with Sexton, it's like every time he's leading now, I feel like pressure's building on him because he knows he's crashed so many times. So AP's only done it once. Let's hope that was just a freak deal. Yeah. And if he's in the situation again, like I said, Seattle's probably a special place to him and maybe he can put it together. Yeah.
And with that said, I think, you know, got to give credit out to Sexton. I think he rode way better actually battling and not being up front, being like, oh shit, I'm going to throw this away. He probably just didn't have a thought in his mind. He just rode hard. Yeah. And I actually thought maybe if Plessinger didn't crash, he probably would have caught up to him and it would have been like a, you know, like a photo finish type deal, or he beats him. Yeah. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like Plessinger, he was ripping. And Plessinger looked good though. Like when they showed him, he never looked shaky or because I mean, like I said, he's won a title before. Yeah. And he's won main events. I mean, yes, it's in the lights class, but it doesn't matter. It's the same dudes he's racing now. Mm-hmm. You know, Cooper Webb was in the lights class a handful. All these dudes were in the lights class. Yeah. So they all come up together. But the stigma of being the premier class, your first win, you know, that can weigh on you. I never thought he looked shaky. And like I said, even the crash didn't look like he was riding over his head to win or he was nervous or pumped up. It was just like legit. He kind of made a mistake, stood up in that turn, caught his foot peg, and then that was that, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So the wife and I were watching it and we're, you know, it's cool and everything. Did you fall asleep again?
No.
Okay.
But no, it was an exciting race, you know, it was a lot of good stuff. But dude, I mean, you know, poor guy, but like, dude, we had to have a laugh. We chuckled a little bit. They showed that clip of him. So they show him crashing and then he gets back up. So you think, oh, okay, he's going to finish. Yeah. And then the race ends and they show that clip of him. And it looked like he was kind of laughing, but I think he was crying.
Probably, yeah. And, probably a little bit but you're embarrassed too, dude. Yeah. You got 60,000 people watching you and you just ate shit. Your visor blew off. Like,
yeah. But he's on the bike and the bike's all smoking, dude. Yeah. It was like the saddest thing, but we chuckled so hard.
His little mustache was hanging out of his helmet. And shit. Yeah. I know it's hard. And, you know, but back to being like every time I ever crashed, like in a show or something, dude, it's embarrassing. Like, I mean, I've like tore my ACL and like been laying on the ground and want to cry it, but I'm like, giggling and trying to walk it off and wave because you're like,
well, you think everyone's looking at you when that situation already happened. Yeah. Maybe not in this one. Yeah. But like with you, like that situation already happened. Everyone's still like watching the other guys jump, but you think everyone's
looking at you and you're an idiot and you don't know how to ride a dirt bike. I'm like, God dang.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, I was stoked either way. I mean, I know he crashed and didn't even get on the podium, didn't even finish, I don't think.
Yeah.
But just to know he can do it, dude. He led the whole race. He looked fine. And man, that goes a long ways. Even though he did crash, it goes a long ways now knowing that if he gets a good start, he could probably do it.
Yeah. Well, cheers to those guys. It's making the season super exciting to watch.
The season has been good. And I want to throw out a side note. I was there in Plessinger. Mm-hmm. I just watched 90s motocross on Instagram, and I was on my old Cowie at World Mini. Dude, I ripped a big old hole shot. I didn't even know I raced that race. And because they throw back like video clips of like Terra Firma or Krusty or, this was some like Ride MX. And I totally forgot I raced it. And our buddy Travi tagged me in it. Dude, I watched and I ripped a big old hole shot. I'm like, oh shit. And I was like ripping in the first couple turns, and I'm pretty sure I ate shit right after that.
Dude,
so I wasn't cut out for it.
Yeah, speaking of big old hole shots, didn't you have one in Supercross?
Yeah, on a big bore.
Talk about that one real quick.
Yeah, so Salt Lake 2003, I was on my way out of race and I had just done my shoulder, came back, tore my ACL, and racing's expensive. So I sat out like a year, and freestyle was kind of starting to get big where I could go ride Douglas County Fairgrounds and make $500. Yeah. Instead of paying $1,200 to go race, So, but I always had a goal. So I raced the Arena Cross Championships. I got top 12 in the series, which I was stoked on. That was a goal. I made 4 outdoor nationals. That was a goal of mine. Never got points. I was bummed. I wanted to get points, but never did. All privateer out of a van, just me and Cliffy for the arena crosses and pretty much just me for the outdoors. But I'd never made a Supercross main. And I'm like, dude, I can't quit racing, without making, because I only did 5 or 6 Supercrosses. It's not like I did a bunch. And my first one ever was Anaheim 1 in 2000. And dude, I got 10th in the heat. And they take 9. Yeah. Barely missed it. And I was like, damn. And then from there, I was never even close. So fast forward to 03, coming back from, knee surgery, no confidence at all, but
on 2 strokes.
On 2 strokes.
Yeah.
But there was a couple 4 strokes, like the Yamaha 250F had just kind of started coming out. So those were out a little bit. And me and Cliffy were talking, and I'm like, dude, like factory bikes are so gnarly. Yeah. And they deserve it. They're faster than me anyways, but dude, you can't even compete. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm on a bone stock Suzuki 125, so Cliff's all, dude, we're sending those things to bars. Dude, bars was like the freaking component for big bores back in the day. He made bikes rip. So funny story, we're at Carmichael's house. I went out with Sean Palmer to train one time, and his outdoor track, he has this big old uphill triple. I mean, dude, like on my 250, you're like grabbing a gear up the lip to triple it, and it's all sandy. And we're in the shop and we're talking to Carmichael, and he's like, yeah, I jumped it on Brown's, I think Brown's 125 or Mike Brown's 125. Mm-hmm. And he's all, but no one's jumped it on a 125. Like they won't even try it. Yeah. And so I got on my big bore. I think it was only, I'll have to ask Cliffy. I think it was just a 134. I don't think it was a 167, not like the gnarly big bore. But I hopped on my bike and went out there, and I was going up the lip, like shifting into like 4th, I think, and like barely grabbing the gear, and I jumped it. Mm-hmm. And Rick was like, damn, dude, that's pretty gnarly. I'm like, yeah, dude. Didn't tell him it was a big bore, Yeah. So
he's like, dude, you're sick.
Yeah, dude. So I made it, and I fucking got a little street cred from Carmichael, and then, I went to Salt Lake, and I was on the outside, and it was towards the end of the Supercross season. So that's kind of a better one. Like A1, it's stacked. Everyone's there. Right. Towards the end, there's some injuries, and like I got put in a heat race that was kind of weak, and I knew it.
So this was the 125 class?
125. I raced both classes. Yeah, right. Missed the 250 main by like 2 in the LCQ. But I just remember thinking, I'm like, okay, I've got like Matt Walker, the Steve Mertens kid, and I can't remember. There was like 3 factory dudes in my race. Okay. And they take 9. I'm like, dude, I should be able to get like 7th or 8th, Dude, come out of the gate, big old hole shot from the outside. Just cut everyone off. I think I came out of the first turn in 2nd, held on to 2nd for the whole first lap. Got passed by like 3 or 4 dudes. I was in 6th, and there was no one behind me. Like with, halfway point, I'm like, oh my God, dude. Cause that's like the Aaron Plessinger thing. Yeah. It kind of like starts building on me, and I'm like, dude, cause there's 2 gnarly sets of whoops, and 2 strokes back in the day, whoops were so hard. Yeah. You had to come out of the turn, hit 3rd, and like just go into them wide open, or else you wouldn't even get through them. So white flag comes out still, I've got probably 5 seconds behind me. Like I've got it. I'm just cruising. And I'm like, dude, I got like to the last triple turn, last whoops. And my arms were like cement. Yeah. Just because I was like, I knew I had it, and I ended up getting 6th in that heat race, made the main. And then I kind of messed up because I did want to because the 250s paid way more. Okay. I got $1,200 for like 5th place in the LCQ. And I think I got like $400 or $500 for 18th place in the main. Okay. So I should have maybe not tried so hard in the 250 class, but I needed the money. Yeah. But I was spent, dude, when I got to the to the 125 man. I think Stewart lapped me like 3 or 4 times. I couldn't even ride. So I got 18th, but it was weird. Right when I did that, we went to Glen Helen and Hangtown like 3 weeks later, and didn't make either of those motos. And that was it. I was done.
That was the end.
Because I swear it's like I made that Supercross main and like I was content. And like I said, Miller had just bought us 7 acres. Yeah. Freestyle was getting big. And yeah, it was kind of like ending my freestyle career. It's like, you just know. Okay. I did it. And it was at first like everyone, because, like my dad's like, oh, you're going to jump in the bullshit. That's pussy stuff. Like, because everyone was so race oriented back then. Yeah. And then, I mean, it ended up working out for the best. So thank God I did that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, checked off all my goals. I was stoked.
That's cool.
Yeah. I wish I would have tried maybe a little harder in racing. It's weird too, because we've always talked about like feeling like you don't belong, right? Mm-hmm. Like when I went to arena crosses, I went because of the jump off. Right. Because I had like no footy can, Superman, cliffhanger. And, these guys are doing like one hand, no foot, lame stuff. Whip, so yeah. $500 a night. So I knew I could make $1,000 a night. But you show up in a van, and it's Buddy Antonez, Denny Stevenson, like all these dudes I looked up to, and you don't feel like you belong there. Right. But then as I started doing the jump offs and, like those dudes were stoked on me for the jump off and we became like more of a family. By the end of that series, I was making all the mains and felt comfortable. And then the next year I felt like I belong there, But like racing Supercross and outdoors, it's like you're a nerd out there, like mm-hmm. I'm not like, why am I on the starting line with Kevin Windham and Ricky Carmichael? Yeah. But then you fast forward and I had some success in freestyle. I got my, when I got my first gold medal, I remember like Christian Craig tweeting to me and like a bunch of these racers, because it was speed and style, they were like saying that I was for being a freestyle guy, I was a good racer. Yeah. And then it was like, I go to Mammoth and race the vet class and it's like, I was out of shape, but I felt like I belonged there. Like people know who I am now. You know what I mean? But I was 35 years old. It's like, I needed that feeling when I was like 16 or 18 or something racing, so it's crazy. And I felt like that with freestyle. It's like, you go to a fair demo and you're like, okay, we're pretty good. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, I go to IFMA and Nate Adams and Kenny Bartram and these dudes. And I'm like, dude, I just want to clear the jump. Like, just let me clear the jump, But then you start doing good and everyone notices you. And then I would always steamroll my confidence from there. Mm. So yeah, it was kind of weird. Fun deal though. Fun to go through. I
mean, yeah, that's some real cool career highlights.
Yeah. And, the thing that I like about it is I don't feel like there was a ton of freestyle dudes that did what I did. Right. Like pushing on obviously, and I think Bartram probably made some mains or something, but.
And that goes with the territory. Once a sport is a sport, then it's, kids can come up and just dedicate their life to that one discipline mm-hmm. instead of being like, let me moto, be really good at moto, and then go into transition into like freestyle. Yeah. But there's a lot of guys that were like really good at racing and riding that never probably tried freestyle and just couldn't.
Yeah. It's
a different breed, dude.
It is. It's almost like the two-sided thing in your brain, right? Like, cause there's like Ricky Carmichael can haul ass on a motorcycle, but backflipping to him is out of the question. Right. Even if he was younger, mm-hmm. and maybe now with airbags, he might try it or something. But like for me, I always watch like the Krusty videos and stuff, and I'd go out and try like a knack or can on my 80. Yeah. And I'd go out and spin a bunch of laps and get my motos in and stuff, but then we would sit there and jump till dark. Yeah. And just jump. And I loved jumping. And then as I got confident, I loved, like, it's weird because I'm not a center of attention guy, mm-hmm. right? Like, I don't like being like, I don't like really even talking about myself. Like if we're at a bar or something, and someone's like, dude, tell us about what I'm like, I don't. But when I'm on my bike, I love it. Yeah. I love trying to make my tricks look good and trying to have flow around the course and hit something first before someone else did, or, I love that. And that's what attracted me to freestyles. Like in moto, I made the Salt Lake Main, dude, but 900% of the fan base out there would never know that. Right. I'm just another dude in the middle of the pack riding around, unless you're James Stewart, like, so you're always just kind of like buried, like, unless you were a top 5 guy, you're just kind of like a nobody in the sport. Mm-hmm. And I always have that argument with people. Like, I get it. Like, I get that you want to chase a dream and stuff, but man, like some of these guys are just like lifers that just make the main and then get like 17th. Yeah. It's like, man, at what point is it just not, and not disrespecting. Right. I'm saying like lifers, not, you're 2 years in. I'm saying like there's been dudes that literally will race 450 Supercross for 7 years mm-hmm. and never finish better than like 15th. And like, I always wanted to do more. And I knew I was going to be that guy mm-hmm. for, even if I trained my ass off, rode every day, I was never a top 10 Supercross guy. Yeah. But I saw a window in freestyle and kind of like learned the flip when it was kind of getting big, mm-hmm. and I saw a window there. So that's kind of why I took it.
Yeah. You're very good at adapting into things. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
So there's my history lesson for the day.
So I don't know if you saw the results for UFC this weekend.
I did not.
But your man Usman lost.
Usman lost.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Good thing I didn't put money on him.
Yeah. I thought actually he did good, and I thought maybe he pushed the pace. I think he won, but you got to think, and he should know this because he's an ex-champion. Mm-hmm. When you're the champion, you're not going to win a decision over a champion just by barely pulling it off. You have to do something big.
Yeah. And
also they're in London where Edwards is from. So they weren't going to give that just away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Burn the damn arena down if they did.
Yeah. So he would have to do something pretty big or convincing. But it wasn't that. I think it was pretty close. But I think Usman kind of pushed the pace. In my eyes, I had him winning. But, it is what it is.
Did he get any good punches in? Were they bloody?
No. Both of them were just kind of...
It was like wrestling?
Normal. Not really. They just stood up a lot. He pushed the pace is what I'm saying. But then... Edwards had probably the cleaner shots, but they both look pretty decent after it. So
I've always said that's such an early sport. And I guess people have compared like moto aspect to it. Mm-hmm. Is like when I go out and ride, like everyone's like, dude, aren't you afraid of getting hurt? And it's like, no, you don't ride because you're afraid of getting hurt. I would never ride if I thought I was going to get hurt every time. You have a confidence, right?
Yeah.
But in moto, every once in a while shit does happen. Dude, in UFC, you're coming out of there with probably a swollen eye and a fat lip and, ribs freaking bruise. It's like, dude, those guys are gonna get beat up even if you win.
Yeah.
Like when you see the dude win and he can't even like look at, like his eyes are shut. It's like, dude, that's so gnarly for me to think about walking down the aisle over to the octagon, just knowing you're about to just straight up get in a bar fight for
but they probably think minutes. Like exactly what you said, like especially I think the really good elite fighters. I think that's what separates an elite fighter from a really good fighter. Mm. That, you see a really good dude and you're like, oh, he's kind of mopping everyone up. And then, they're top 10 or whatever. And then they go into the top 5. And then all of a sudden they get their asses beat. And you're like, dude, why? Yeah. And it's just those other guys have that mentality where like, you're not going to do nothing to me in there. So I don't know. Yeah.
It's like we were talking that one fight with McGregor where the fight started and he knocked the dude out. Yeah. It's like I would be so stoked if I was McGregor and be like, God, thank God, dude, I'm not swollen and puffy. Yeah. Because, like I said, even if you win, dude, you still got your ass beat. Yeah. Just that's so gnarly.
Yeah. Kind of like the Justin Gaethje fight, like I predicted. That thing was a bloody mess. Yeah. Gaethje won. But that's kind of how that guy doesn't care about his life. Yeah. So he just puts it all on the line. Yeah. And that's where it's going to be every time, So
that's so gnarly. Those guys are gnarly.
Yeah. So I want to hear your thoughts on Porno Jimmy G going to the Raiders. I think he signed a 3-year deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably for a lot of millions, knowing him. I don't know, dude. I'm a Niners fan. Like if I was super into football still, like I would be diehard Niners. Yeah. And watching Jimmy G is like, it's so hard to pick him apart, right? Because some games he looks like Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. And then some games it's like he's a freaking third string, rookie starting or something.
Isn't that where he came from, the Patriots?
Yeah. 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 He was under Brady. Yeah. And then he was actually supposed to take Brady's job. And then Brady went out and dusted like 2 more Super Bowls. So they traded Jimmy G. Yeah. And it's hard, because even that year, the Niners went to like the championship game or even the Super Bowl that year against the Chiefs. Dude, he was averaging like 100 passing yards a game. They just had 3, beast running backs and then a gnarly defense. Yeah. And it's like he didn't show me something that would like carry a team, right? Mm-hmm. And the Raiders need carrying right now. Yeah. They need someone like an Aaron Rodgers or someone to get in there. Because they've got good receivers, they got a good running back. Their defense could use some work, but it's not bad. But I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, he's such a hard prospect to figure out, because it's like he's either going to go in there and maybe the system fits him. He's going back with McDaniels, right? Who was the Patriots offensive coordinator. Yeah. So they do have a history there, and maybe the coach forms the system around Jimmy G, get the running game going, get some little tight, dump passes, and he could be good. But if you put that whole offense on his shoulders, I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah. I mean, basically, I think we could just say the Raiders are not looking good for the next few years.
On a side note, the dude is sexy as hell.
Dude, on a side note of that, what are your thoughts on these girls, Caitlin Bell and Alice Little from the famous Chicken Ranch brothel? Oh. Offered Jimmy G free sex for life just because he joined the Raiders.
Dang. Yeah, because we know there's no such thing as free sex. No. You got a wife, dude. It costs money. Well, dinners. You gotta pamper them a little bit. You're all, oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want free sex from brothel chicks though.
So,
especially if it's out in the middle of nowhere, like Vegas ones always are.
Yeah. So, but the article I saw actually had the girls' Instagrams. So I checked out the Instagrams. They basically look like full on like hot porn.
Not bad.
Not brothel.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere. Yeah. Las Vegas.
Mustaches and shit.
Yeah. Brothel girls.
Yeah.
Especially the one Alice. I'm like, who picks their name to be Alice? Because that's not her real name, So I'm like, that's kind of like an old name.
That feels like her panties are like bed sheets.
Yeah.
So gross.
So no offense if your name's Alice, but it's an older name, sounding.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, what are these going to look like? And then I look at them and they're porn. So Alice is actually like Asian.
Huh. Ooh, and that's my style.
That's what you like that.
Yeah,
huh?
I like that.
But yeah, they look like porn chicks too. Huh. So I'm like, in reality, it looks like the other girl looks like a girl that, Jimmy G would be around.
Yeah.
So
wasn't he like dating a porn star for a bit when he was on the Patriots or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So they look like porn stars. So I don't know. Never heard of this brothel there.
Yeah, me either.
But
I live there.
Maybe it's a higher class one.
It might be like an underground one.
Yeah.
You got to have special privilege to get in. God.
Like join the Raiders.
Yeah. I always think about this because I'm bald and kind of chubby and, just probably overall not super good looking. I'm like, man, some of these dudes like Brady, Jimmy G, Gronk, it's like sexy as hell, freaking millionaires, good at athletes. It's like that dude was just put on this planet to lose his virginity and mop hot chicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was put on this planet to sit in Minden.
I mean, that's why you're here, I guess.
That's why I'm here, dude. Yeah. Got my dog and that's about it.
Can't believe you put Gronk in that category of those guys though. He's kind of goofy looking and he's very goofy, which is cool because he's super funny.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put him in that category.
Yeah. As overall, like, this sounds weird that we're talking about dudes being sexy, but if you went like his face is mangled, like he's kind of got like the, East Coast nose and whatnot, you know what I mean? Like where it's all like big and bowed.
Yeah.
But dude, the second the dude takes his freaking shirt off at a Vegas pool party, you're telling me all the chicks aren't just ripping on, and they know he's worth probably $60 million. They're like, oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's, like 7 foot.
Yeah.
200 and something pounds.
Yeah. I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
And I'm going down quick. I'm starting to get slumped. I gotta start doing some sit-ups. Get tan. Grow hair. Can you help me?
I mean, yeah, we could. All that stuff's possible.
Let's talk about it over some beers all weekend.
Okay.
I'll just ruin myself, and then April, I'll just dedicate it.
Hey, but so speaking of the sex life,
it's not good,
dude. Larsa Pippen's sex life was good.
Is that Scottie Pippen's wife?
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Okay.
From back in the day.
Oh, didn't she just sleep with her son's teammate or something?
Yeah, dude. She's notoriously known for just embarrassing her son or being a bad mother, basically, without her knowing. But it's like, dude,
it's just what she does.
Have some respect for your son.
Yeah.
But she just came out saying that when she was married to Scottie Pippen, they had sex 4 times a night, every night for 23 years.
Jesus, dude, my back would be shot. Unless she's on top the whole time. On top, I'm fine.
Dude.
You start making me work, dude. I'm wheezing, dude, cramping.
I don't see how that's even possible.
Yeah.
Because this, I mean, I don't know, dude. This is an elite athlete, and I guess she, they asked her like, what about like away games or whatever? She's like, we had our private jet. We were always together. So they're always together. Jesus. It's not like they were never, but it's like, and I guess she said at night, but it's like, this is imagine like going to play an NBA game back in the day when it was like tough.
Yeah.
You do that. You go to the facility, you recover, ice bath, whatever you do back in the day. I don't know. And then you go to the hotel room and just pound it out for 4 times.
Throttle, dude. Yeah, that's gnarly.
How do you have the energy for that?
I don't know. I mean, like when I rode contests and stuff, I wanted to go to bed.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I'd probably still throw a 1-banger in there, but 4 times, dude, I need some rest. And I was like in my 20s,
Oh, yeah.
Some guys are just built different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
So I'd say it's more for like, I mean, she's lying on that for sure.
She's got to be lying, dude. She'd be sore. He's got to have a big old swinger on him.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Huge. He's huge.
Yeah.
4 times a night?
Yeah. Scottie Pippen is humongous.
She'd have to start wearing a diaper, dude. Fucking leaking.
Jesus.
The seals broke. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. So that's 28 times a week.
Okay.
1,460 times a year.
Jesus. You're really good at math.
33,580 for the entire duration of their marriage that they fucked.
Bless their heart. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
God dang.
That's wild. And now she's banging Michael Jordan's son.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Damn, she really likes basketball.
Yeah. So now she's banging Marcus Jordan.
Dang. How old's he? 20s?
Like 30. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 30.
Damn, he's that old?
Something like that. Maybe.
That means MJ's old as hell.
Yeah, MJ's closing to 60, I think.
Oof. We're getting old, dude. 42 this year.
Damn.
Yep. That's why I have no hair.
I mean, because you don't want to get a hair transplant.
Hell no, I don't want to get a transplant. What? It's scary, dude.
Just do it.
No. My hair sucks anyways. It's like a wire brush, dude. It's not even like comfy. It would just make my hats fit better. That's the only reason why I want it. Other than that, who cares? I've been bald for so long, dude. It's like I can't just show up with a full head of hair.
Yeah, you can. We talked about this already.
I know. It's weird.
Nah. Well, I mean, just run the bald head then.
I do.
Like shave it, but don't wear hats or nothing. Just
no, I'm wearing the hat.
Dude, Jason Statham.
I know, dude. I could be a stunt double if I did some sit-ups.
Yeah. Do some sit-ups, get a little accent going, dude, and you could be a stunt double, especially when he does like dirt bike stuff in the movies.
Yeah.
Dude, you're good.
Dude, sick. I'd be rich.
Dude, so rich.
Okay, I'll send my resume in. I did a stunt. I had a SAG card.
Yeah, you've done a few.
Huh? Yeah. Did a movie and some commercials.
Lucky.
God, I am pretty bitching now that I think about it.
I mean, hey, you're my
no wonder
friend.
why you're friends with me.
But dude, Larsa Pippen, I don't know about that, man.
I mean, there is people that like straight up have like sex addiction problems.
Yeah, true.
I don't think sex addiction's ever a problem. It's like,
no, I have a sex addiction problem.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Yeah,
but not 4 times a night kind of problem.
Not 4 times a night.
Especially at this age, dude.
Dude, she's pretty bad though. I mean, she has to be in her 50s too. Maybe
still ripping.
Dude.
Rippin' Pippen.
So good. Rippin' Pippen, yeah.
Yeah, that's her name, dude. That's
what they used
name.
to call her, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That's what they call him, Rippin' Pippen, with a big old schlanger.
Big old schlanger, dude. I'm surprised those things stayed in his basketball shorts. God.
Dude, imagine, like, you ever thought of, like, you know, they say, like, the average size for a guy is, like, 5 inches or something like that.
Great. Why you gotta say that?
But just imagine being average, right? But then being 6'7".
It would look tiny.
Yeah.
Because I'm under average and I'm 5'9", and that thing is small, dude. Like when I pee, I gotta like move some stuff around to make sure I get it all the way out.
Sure. I mean, just sit down and pee, I guess.
Sometimes I do. No, I don't wipe though. Just the pee.
Yeah. But imagine, like I've always said this, like, you know, you already brought him up, but dude, imagine Gronk. He's like 6'7".
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know how big he is.
Thing's a fucking fire hose trying to get it back in his pants after a piss, I bet, dude.
Nah, but see, that's what you think. But what if he's just average?
There's no way he's 5. There's no way.
I'm just saying, but even like 7 on a guy that's
you have to be
big,
like 9 to 10 to look proportional, I guess.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That's super crazy. What's even crazier is that I don't have that at all.
Well, we're regular size.
We're just regular dudes.
Regular size guys.
And girls always try to say size doesn't matter, and then you piss them off. And they're like, dude, your dick is so small. You're like, well, you just said it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What the heck? It's not my fault.
God, I was born with it, dude. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. But nowadays, just how everything goes, you could, so now you're body shaming me, huh? You could pull out one of those cards.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it for sure.
Get them in trouble.
Yeah. I'll use all the shit they use these days.
Yeah.
Anyways, how about this weather?
I mean, the weather's getting a little bit better.
It's better. This yerba's good.
This yerba is good. Real quick, I don't know if you care or not, but some people might actually care. You ever heard of that rapper 6ix9ine? You have? Dude, he just got his ass beat.
I thought he got killed.
No. So basically, he snitched. He was facing like 30, 40 years in prison for racketeering, you know, charges, gang-related shit. He snitched on everyone. He got out. You know, he was in jail during like COVID time. He got out. So now everyone like in that industry like basically hates him and says he's a rat. But normal people don't care because who cares? Yeah. You know. But so people still kind of have it out for him. So at a LA Fitness like 2 days ago, I guess he was in the sauna and some guys came in, like 3 dudes, and just jumped him, beat the shit out of him.
Damn, in a sauna, dude, that would suck.
Yeah.
So hot.
Chilling, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, you figure like he would be already warmed up for the fight.
Yeah,
he's in the sauna.
3v1 is hard, dude.
Yeah, 3v1.
Like on Call of Duty, I can't even do it. In a video game, let alone
even 1v1's kind of hard.
Super hard. Yeah. Hey, you sure he didn't die?
Yeah, he just got.
He doesn't have like a bunch of X's on his name and his face tattooed and stuff.
No, that was XXX Tentacion. He just died. And actually the killers just got the 3 guys that were involved just this week, I think, were found guilty.
No shit?
Yeah, so that's good.
He didn't have a 69 in his name or on his face?
No.
Dude, I am so mixed up.
I'm actually kind of surprised you even know who 6ix9ine is.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm hip.
I mean, you're super hip.
I'm up with the times, dude. I don't just listen to Metallica, okay?
I mean, I guess so.
I've actually never heard one of his songs, but I know who he is.
Dude, you might actually like him. I'll get some flack for this, but I actually like him. He's, I guess growing up, he used to listen to like Metallica.
Sick.
I guess he used to work at the knitting factory, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he used to be like a bar back or just like some dude working there, right? So a lot of the bands that came in were like heavy rock bands and stuff like that, like metal, and, you know. So he grew up liking that, even though he was like from the hood.
Yeah.
So like if you listen to his rap, he like kind of not screams, but like he has it's just very different.
Going a little metally.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So I kind of like that because it's different from anything else that's out there.
Yeah.
You know, so I've always liked the dude, but he fell off for sure. And now he's just famous for snitching on people and stuff like that. But yeah, he just got his ass beat.
In the sauna.
In the
at
sauna,
LA
dude.
Fitness.
Don't go to LA Fitness.
We don't have that here. This is Nevada.
Yeah, but he's in Florida. And, well, I imagine. Yeah, he lives in Florida, so I don't know if
Los
he was
Angeles.
in LA.
Los Angeles Fitness.
I don't know.
Louisiana Fitness. All kinds of fitness, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually never been to a gym, so I don't know a whole lot about those and how saunas work and stuff.
Well, don't go there because you're going to get your ass beat.
Yeah, I don't want to get in a fight.
No.
I'll stick to the golf course.
After more than 20 years, Slam Ball. Do you remember that?
No.
So Slam Ball is officially coming back in July for a 6-week season.
What the hell is slam ball?
And a 1 week.
Is it like butts up or like dodgeball or something?
No. And then they have a 1 week playoff in Vegas. So maybe we should go.
No.
The Slam Ball is basically right where the hoop is, they have trampolines.
Oh.
And then the middle, like, it's actually hardwood. So you like, but then
like Globetrotter shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Never heard of it.
Yeah. So that was kind of big. I mean, you know, over 20 years ago, it wasn't really big, but it came out, you know, it's kind of like a highlight reel type deal stuff. But now they're bringing it back.
Huh. Is the mascot going to do it?
I don't know.
I've seen the mascot like come up short trying to dunk and see shit.
Usually. Cool. Yeah.
Dude, do you remember NBA Jam?
Yeah.
How sick was that game?
Dude, so good.
You could like slam dunk from like half court if you're on fire or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, they got the arcade 1-up machines that we should get one in here. They got the
Dude, look at the size of
Jam.
this room.
It's true.
Barely holds 2 light rings and a camera.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. But anyways, that's coming back for all you fans. And I think it's kind of cool. It's like, I think maybe now with like social media and just like all the clips that you could put out there, I think it could be a cool thing, like fun, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything's going to be better than the slap league.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
The Dana White UFC slap league?
Oh, I heard about it.
You guys just slap the shit out of each other?
That's stupid. Dude.
That's wild.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. Would you ever do that?
No. I just said I don't want to get beat up in LA Fitness. Why the hell would I want to get slapped?
Just one slap.
No. You seen the dudes that slap?
They have weight categories, man.
I am overweight. I'd get stuck with a guy that's heavy.
Yeah, it's the same size as you.
5'9"?
Yeah.
Cool. Still not doing
just
it.
like 6'9". That should be your rapper name.
6'9", yeah. 5'9".
Yeah, but some cool stuff going on.
Yeah. There's some entertainment out there.
Mm-hmm. I think that should, I don't know. I think the more stuff people put out there and we can consume instead of negativity is always fun.
Exactly.
That's why I like my wife was the other day watching something and she's like, and I'm kind of looking, it's like little kids or something sad about it. I'm like, dude, look at the difference between what you watch and what I watch.
Yeah.
And then like mine is like some dude on a scooter that ran into like a
fence, gate closed. I saw that.
Yeah,
dude.
and it's like, dude, how'd you not see that?
Yeah.
But he got
clothesline.
Yeah,
dude.
clothesline. And I'm like, that's the stuff I watch. I want to laugh.
Yeah.
You
Even
know?
though you're laughing at a dude's expense, it's probably sitting there with a broken job.
Hey, well, I mean,
that's how I'm with golf stuff, dude. I see so much funny golf stuff. Like, yeah, I got caught up in that for a bit, especially this winter. It's like you sit there because I never wanted to watch the news, right? Because this is years ago, decades ago. You watch the news and there was a car wreck, a family died. Oh, and it's going to snow, and then there was a robbery in Reno, and I'm like, where's like the good news? Like it's all just and I think they do that on purpose in a way.
Oh, for sure.
But this winter, I started getting all caught up. Like, you read about politics, you read about what's going on in the world. And, I hate how people are like, dude, who cares? It's like, that's our livelihood. Like, I've got money invested, I've got property. It's like, when shit's affecting that stuff, it stresses you out, you know?
Yeah.
And dude, you just catch yourself, the mood turns. Mm-hmm. So now I'm back to like watching dudes fall off the top of a golf cart or dude running over his friend with a golf cart. And it's crazy how much the mood changes.
Yeah.
Stop the negative shit, guys. It's not good for you. Trust me.
Yeah. Just watch the fun stuff. I mean, it's good to be like up to date and just know what's going on there.
Yeah, keep track. But I was like in a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like when it was snowing, I couldn't do it. I'd read for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and get pissed. And that's why I kept drinking beer. I'm like, dude, I'm going to have beers and play duty. Mm-hmm. And then some kid would call me the N-word on duty, and then I'd be pissed again. I'm like, Jesus, dude, can I just have freaking fun at some point?
Dude, speaking of the N-word, I want to join that dude on the golf, the RNL.
Saturday Night Live?
No, RNG.
RNG.
He's on Instagram.
Is that the dude that describes the shots?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, those dudes are so awesome.
Yeah, he's a welcome back to, and he says it. And I'm like, dude, I want to join your group.
Yeah, that'd be fun as hell.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, golf has became a mainstream sport.
Yeah.
Like tons of people are doing it now. And dude, there's some funny shit out there. Like those dudes are funny. Like Zaire Golf's a great follow on Instagram. They're always posting just like, dudes, like some dude hit a tee shot, dude, and hit a tree and bounced back, got him right between the eyes and shit, you know. And I actually saw some chick, like a golfer chick. There was like this huge wrestler dude, spread his legs wide open, and she swung a driver right into his crotch.
Yeah, right in front of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hit him. And I'm like, these people are idiots, dude.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah, I just saw one where like they were at a golf simulator, and then the guy's like instructing the girl, and like the girl takes the swing at him, or like the swing at the ball, and the guy's right. And it's like, dude, how do you not have the awareness that you don't see the guy in front of you?
Yeah, I know.
He's literally telling you how to swing.
Yeah.
And then you swing and you hit him like in the stomach.
Yeah, I know, dude. I don't. Sometimes it's like you're that stupid. You just like have to get hit.
Yeah.
The one I saw that like tripped me out, because I always have a fear, like if you go to a nice course and it's like a tight driving range, it's like I feel like I'm going to take my club back and hit someone, like just because it's tight, you know. And I saw one the other day. The dude was in his golf bag grabbing a club, and the dude on his like right took a swing, and as he got to the top of his backswing, it went down, and then he went to swing it, and like the driver caught him right in the forehead, just dotted the hell out of him. I'm like, dude, see, it can happen.
Yeah.
Because I've thought of it so many times. So that always stresses me out. It was good to see it actually happen.
Well, you know, that's out there so we can learn lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm a slow learner, so we got that going for us.
Oh, yeah. Worth watching this weekend. We got UFC Fight Night. That means it's free, no pay-per-view.
Sick.
So if you have ESPN Plus, make sure you check it out. We got Marlon Chito Vera versus Corey Sandhagen. That's a good fight. We have that's in the 145 division, I believe, something like that. 35, 45, something like that. These guys are fighting. Chito's really, come up, and Sandhagen, I think, has had some losses here or there or whatever, but Chito's really up there. What's really good about this fight is, I believe, like, the winner of this could possibly fight for the belt.
Okay.
Or fight, what's his name? Colorful hair guy.
Sugar
Sean.
Shane O'Malley or Sean O'Malley, whatever. Yeah.
Sugar Sean.
And see, I'm so up to date. I know this stuff.
Dude, I know. I don't even know why I question you.
Yeah. I would question me a lot.
So hopefully Chito wins this fight, in my opinion, so they could get a rematch with Sugar Sean. Sugar Sean's only loss is to Chito. And that was a fight where Chito basically was kicking his legs, and his leg basically gave up on him. Mm-hmm. And then Chito just got on top of him, and the fight was ended. And Sugar Sean, till this day, says, I never lost. Yeah. And it's like, well, dude, you lost the fight. Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of like the guy was kicking you in the leg where he hurt you enough where your leg stopped working.
Yeah, like shit happens, dude.
Yeah, so you lost, but he claims he's never lost. So I want to see that one.
He's ready for a redo.
Yeah, I want to see that one ran back, and then hopefully the winner of that one will fight for the belt. Uh-huh. So I think that's a really good fight. Hopefully Chito goes in there convincingly. And
Topo Chito.
And they can do that. Co-main event is Holly Holm versus Yana Santos.
Ooh.
So I've always liked Holly Holm.
Yeah.
So that should be a good one. When you head kick Ronda Rousey and you take that hype train away.
Where the hell did she go?
To the hospital from that head kick from Ronda Rousey.
But
from Holly Holm.
She fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, she lost that fight, and I think she was severely depressed, and then came back and lost to Amanda Nunes. And she was done.
Yeah.
She does wrestling now, actually.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so... And then, of course, we got Monster Energy Supercross round 11 from Seattle, Washington. So coming back to the West Coast.
Yeah. Cloudy, rainy. Track will probably be hammered.
Yeah. And like I said, I think 450s would be good.
Yeah.
Right. But I think the after we saw like the rounds going in the East Coast, I think the lights class has to step it up.
Yeah.
We can't just have Jet Lawrence just smoking everyone and just being boring. We need something.
That's kind of why, I mean, as far as a racer, it fucking sucks. But I'm kind of hoping for a little bit of a, maybe rainy race, because that track's just going to be gnarly, and that can switch things up sometimes.
Yeah.
So maybe Jet, I want Jet to win the title.
He's going to smoke everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
We want to see some racing. That's all I'm saying. Is like, it would be cool if something like that kind of switches it up a little bit. And then, 450's AP. We need redemption, baby. I hope. I hope I remember the race. Because now it's on the West Coast, so it's not starting until 7, dude. You know how many beers I'm going to have dusted by 7?
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of time, though, the UFC fight night is at 4 p.m. West Coast time.
Okay.
So I think it's in Texas.
I got ESPN Plus, too.
There you go. So you can watch it for free. Just put it on.
Okay, well.
Just put it on and might be some good stuff. There's some hot girls fighting in that card.
Yeah, I'll put it on then. Dude, what's fun, too, is like, because a lot of us don't know anything about UFC. I mean, we know the main people, right? But I'm not going to know a lot of these people. Dude, we just start doing like beer bets. Like we'll just randomly pick, like we don't even know. And I always pick the underdog just because I think I have a fan and I pretty much lose like 90% of the time. Shotgun a beer, hammered. So maybe we'll make a little drinking game out of it.
Text me before and then I'll let you know who's going to win.
No, I want to pick the loser because then I get to shotgun the beer.
Well, then I'll tell you who's going to win. Then you'll pick the opposite. Okay. For a for sure chance that you're going to.
Give me like 2 winners. You know what I mean?
Main event and co?
Or just whatever. In the fight, because like we'll like the prelims and like the early cards and stuff, we'll put it on and we'll just bet because you don't know anything about those people. Right, that's when we just pick. I usually pick it like on the song they come out to. Like one time this dude came out to like Inner Sandman. I'm like, that's my guy. And he got annihilated.
Dude, anytime they come out to like Tupac, I'm like, that's my guy.
That's the guy. Yeah. So that's kind of how we base our picks. And it's actually fun. We haven't done that in a while. So maybe Saturday will be a good day for it. Yeah. Or if they're semi-local, you pick them. Yeah. Sacramento or something. Yeah, you're like, all right, for sure.
I got to go for that guy.
Yep. Stay true to our roots.
So what we got going on this weekend? End of the show.
God, this weekend's going to hurt. Jersey Tony lands today. I'm going to pick him up. And we've told the story about him before, but the dude just loves alcohol. Yeah. Right. So it's like he wakes up in the morning, dusts the water, showers, energy drink, and then it's just beers until we can't do beer anymore.
So we could possibly say he's the Scottie Pippen of fucking, but with drinking.
Yes. Yeah. He's very good at what he does. I mean, he gets belligerent and sloppy and usually passes out, but it's not for lack of effort. Yeah. Like he goes, like one time we did a houseboat for my 39th birthday, I think. And dude, I woke up at like, 7:30 or 8 and we went upstairs and we were just sitting there and I was having my yerbs, because I always got to start with a little like pick me up in the morning, especially if you're on a bender. Dude, and he was just talking to us, telling us stories at like 8 in the morning and he dusted 6 beer bongs. Damn. No one's telling him to do it. Like, we're not like, hey, dude, do a drink. He would just literally be like, yeah, do this and that and do a beer bong. We're all, why are you doing that? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like he just starts off with like a sippy, dude. It's like he gets into it. So this weekend will hurt, but it's good. Like he was a dude I met through the Burlews, our back east family, from freestyle motocross, and they're just all good people. And, me and Tony became close, like always sending pictures of drinking each weekend and stuff. Yeah. And so he tries to come out here a couple times a year. I go out there and it's cool. Cause like, I don't ever want to like lose touch with those people. Right. You know what I mean? Like life does happen and shit move on. And so, it's cool. I'm excited. It'll be fun. We got good TV on this week, like sports and stuff. And we're making tacos. I love tacos. So that was his only request. Cause on the East Coast, they don't have what we have. Like he don't have Central Market. No. So we're going to load up on that. Probably do El Charro for a margarita. And Tuesday I'll have the shakes. Should be cured by next week's podcast though. I'll drink a ton of water.
Or just continue it and then.
I know we still got to do one of these when I'm hammered. Yeah. Like it would have been fun. We thought about having Tony on as a guest here, but he's so vulgar and foul, dude. It would have been scary. Yeah. We'd be bleeping a lot of stuff out. I mean, and he doesn't even mean it. It's just, he's just a New Jersey person. Yeah. They're just different than us. You know what I mean? So it'll be fun.
That is cool.
Yeah. I do want to throw a couple quick shout outs. Benny Kendrick followed us and been giving us some props. So thank you for following us. And then Dustin Johnson, our drummer main event, his mom's kind of gotten a little sick again and he's been struggling. So I want to throw a quick shout out to him. We're thinking about you guys and we love you and hope everything goes good.
Yeah. Keep your head up, man. We're praying for your mom. Okay. So already said this a few times, but before we end the podcast, I got some questions from some fans out there.
Okay.
Mason goals. Well, this is more of the goals that you were asking for. Even though you specifically said, don't talk about my weight. This person says, hit the gym 3 times a week and your golf game will thank you.
Yeah. You know, that person's not wrong. Like I need to start doing something. I'm definitely getting a little soft in the midsection and dude, I'm losing flexibility by the month, you know, especially with this winter, just sitting around and drinking beers. It's not exactly good for the mobility.
Right.
So I've actually been thinking about that. It's like, and not even like golf. Yeah. I want to be better at golf and it'd be cool to be all strong and flexible, but dude, just in life.
You just need a moto. Don't go to the gym 3 times.
No, because then I'll do something. I'll hit a rock, wash out. If I hurt my hand or, you know, break a wrist or something, golf game's done.
Yeah. You got to protect your assets.
I'd rather go to the gym and I'm gonna get those like booty bands and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you're gonna get your ass kicked in the sauna. That's not safe either.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah, see?
Or maybe I'll buy some stuff like a gym.
Yeah.
In here.
So question for the boys, do electric bikes have a place in moto?
I am so old school, I say no. at all. I mean, and I say this because I had to ride Nitro Circus with Nate Adams when he was on that electric bike.
Oh, huh.
Dude, it was like kind of embarrassing. Like in the whip contest, you know, he'd like, cause you go one by one. And he would like go up to the ramp and like the whole crowd's looking and there's no noise. And then he whips it and does like a panic rev and it just sounds like a little like golf cart. I'm like, dude, that's so dumb. But my thing is too, is I'm just very old school. Right. Like even when we lost the 2-stroke sounds, like I loved, you know, like one of my first memories was driving into Mammoth Mountain and just hearing like 125s ripping up the hill.
Yeah.
It was just the sickest sound ever through the trees. And, you know, the starting line at a Supercross. All the 125s, you know, like Mitch Payton's bikes just always sounded awesome. Like 450s don't sound cool.
Right.
Or 4-strokes in general. And dude, go to a Supercross race with 20 e-bikes on the line and tell me what you think. And then they're going down the starting line. You don't hear nothing. And then there's a crash and it's just like, moto has the energy, right? It's a loud sport. Like we love the sounds, like the music, the pyro, the bikes, like everything, you know? And I don't think, but that's just me. I mean, there's some people out there that are probably like, dude, that would be so sick. You know, and I don't think so.
I personally think like, you know, just hearing the bike, hearing what the bike's doing, just having that sensation and everything. I think that's very important for, you know, probably a top tier rider.
Yeah.
Even for someone like me. That's, you know, I don't like wear headphones or anything like that while I ride. I'd like to hear what the bike's doing and stuff like that. So for that reason, I say probably not. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that once someone's used to it, they know exactly what the bike's doing. Yeah. You know, once they're used to like the e-bikes and stuff. So maybe, but I would say no.
Yeah. And like I miss the smell of like 2-stroke, like pre-mixed gas. And so, you know, good. I mean, even like 4-stroke gas smells awesome. But if you take all that, I mean, dude, like picture being a racer and a racer, not eraser. And, you know, like say Eli Tomac's in the lead and Cooper Webb's behind you. Dude, you can like hear Cooper breathing. Yeah. And he's all, get out of the way. And oh shit. You know, like you could literally talk to each other while you're racing. I don't think that would be awesome at all.
Are performance enhancing drugs prevalent in motocross?
What does prevalent mean? Like, do a lot of dudes do it?
Yeah, like a lot of guys.
I don't think so. I know like with the FIM and all that stuff, they do a lot of like drug testing, you know.
Oh, they do.
What's the stuff? What was it called like in the Tour de France? The testing? It's the whatever the blood test is called.
Oh, okay.
You know, basically to see if you have like performance enhancing. And I think moto kind of has that too. I don't know. You know, there's money out there and there's like, I'm pretty sure Carmichael probably did a little like blood doping back in the day. And, you know, like, cause I mean, dude, he went from a chubby little kid to just freaking shredded, you know, and never got tired. And,
well, Stewart was with Adderall, right?
Yeah. Stewart was Adderall. And that's dumb because Adderall, it's like, it's a focus thing. It's not an actual like respiratory or muscle thing.
But it might have gave him an edge because he kind of needed that focus.
Eyeballs are like that big around when he's going through the turns. Yeah. Yeah. He could have benefited. Chase Sexton could benefit from Adderall.
I think Malcolm Stewart, I was about to say Malcolm X. Malcolm Stewart definitely could do what his brother was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as what I've heard, no, it's just a lot of training, eating good, and, you know, kind of just taking care of yourself. Some supplements here and there, but I don't think it's something like you would see like in the Tour de France or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. So there you have it.
Yeah. Those are some good questions.
Yeah. Thank you guys for leaving some questions for us. We do appreciate that. And thank all the new followers and everything. Dude, I went to a punk show this weekend.
Anti-Flag.
Anti-Flag.
Sick.
It was actually pretty cool. They didn't play like any of the songs I wanted them to play. It was a bunch of covers because it was like Flogging Molly.
Yeah.
Which is not like super punk rock.
Yeah.
So I think they had to kind of like do it more for the crowd. So they did like a bunch of covers. It sounded great and stuff like that. Like they sounded good or whatever, but kind of disappointed they didn't play the songs that they should have played.
Yeah.
But I haven't been at a show in a long time. It was just wild to like see these guys still ripping. Dude, the lead singer and guitarist is like 50 years old.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, that's why music's so badass. Like when we do that Aftershock festival every year, and it's just like this year it's Guns N' Roses, Tool, like, you know, Pantera's coming back actually with Zakk Wylde as their guitarist. These dudes are old as hell, but dude, when they get on that stage, it's like adrenaline takes over and they just still rip.
Yeah. I might have to go the first day because AFI.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm stoked to see AFI. They're going to be there. Even though I've heard some shit about their live shows lately, like Davey just doesn't care.
Oh.
But I mean, they still sound. I watched, like, you know, when we get all buzzed and do our YouTube music nights, I just watched like one of their recent concerts and he still shreds. So
yeah, I did see that they, because I saw that and I was like, cool. And I checked out their Instagram and they had a big thing just like recently. I don't know how many years, but like Sing the Sorrow. So they were doing like a whole like concert little tour on it and just like performing those songs off that.
And I'll get hate, but that was probably one of my favorite AFI albums. It was just, you know, like I have all their albums. Like, let's get that straight. Like I love their old stuff, but Sing the Sorrow is just like such a, like a melodic type of album, you know, and it was in a prime of my career, like, cause you had CDs back then. I couldn't just throw my iPod on and just get music, you know? So I'd literally throw that album in like when I was traveling across the country, and yeah, that was a bitchin' album. I'd love to see that whole thing like front to back at a live show.
Yeah. I definitely want to go, and hopefully they play like the stuff they're known for, not the newer stuff. And you know, I understand there's fans for the newer stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have a mix.
But
variety.
Let's be realistic. We're going for the olds.
We're going for the olds. We're old. Yeah. I mean, dude. So yeah, dude, you got to start doing more shows, man. They're fun. Like, anytime a decent band comes around here, I try and make it happen. I wanted to go to Anti-Flag with you, but like they're not my total favorite, and I'm like, I think I was buzzed anyways, so I'm like, I better.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it's just even if they didn't play your songs, the energy, seeing the crowd, you know, like live music is just a different sound. It's like watching moto. You know, like what if live music went to just all like quiet? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you just hear guitar strings but no amp. You know, like how dumb would that be? So that's why moto should never have e-bikes. Yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine. Just like keep an eye on, you know, you kind of forget to do that. We do have some pretty decent venues in our area. So, you know, even surrounding. So keep an eye out like where fans are coming and, you know, going. Yeah, so, get out a little bit and check it out. For sure. Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks for hanging with the boys.
The boys.
My name is Jorge.
The boys _.
The boys _pod. On all social media. You can check us out on YouTube. I think we'll be on YouTube Music soon, the podcast. Just by itself there. But YouTube, it's The Boys Pod. Yeah, that's basically
You're Jorge.
I'm Jorge. This is Mike.
Thanks for joining us.
And we're out of here.
Keep the questions coming. Keep networking with us. We enjoy it.
Yep.
Peace. Yeah, dude, big one.